happening while Texas faces another dangerous day of life-threatening flooding. So let's start in Texas first, where days of flooding have plagued the Lone Star State with repeated slow-moving storms that have dumped nearly a foot of rain in Texas Hill Country. Roads and highways completely submerged, with multiple swiftwater rescues occurring across the state. Fox Weather's senior correspondent Robert Ray is live in Uvalde, Texas. And Robert, what's going on behind you?
Well, I can tell you we're at a roadblock here. Dozens of emergency vehicles have made their way through here at incredible rates of speed. Big time emergency flash flood situation going on. And we can take a look at some of this video while I explain what we have just experienced. I can tell you right now there are 3 helicopters in the air about a quarter mile, maybe even a half mile down this roadway. In fact, there's a chopper right over there. And Patrick, maybe you can zoom in on that helicopter. Just moments ago, I did witness a first responder go down on a rope or a harness down and then come back up in the distance, and all these vehicles going in. Here's what we know right now. Multiple people are trapped down this roadway because of the incredible rain and flash flooding that just came upon us. Multiple people. I don't have an exact number on the amount of people, but all of these vehicles making their way into this area. We're talking about Uvalde County. We're talking about game wardens with swiftwater boats. We're looking at the Border Patrol that is also in here. We've got a tractor that moved through this area, clearly to move debris off the side of the road that came in rushing. We don't have exact details, and I don't want to speculate, but what I do know right now, again, multiple people being rescued down this road. We hope that everyone is okay. There's a gentleman who showed up, came from his job, and he was very flustered. He said, "My wife is down there," and this was 10 minutes ago. He didn't know if she was okay. He just heard from her. She's fine. They're trying to move her out of the area. He does not want to go on camera. You can't blame him. He's trying to catch his breath and his mind. He was so worried. He also said that his wife said that a structure was torn apart by the rushing water and washed away. To see this many vehicles come through here and have 3 helicopters in the air, and you can see the first responders dipping down and coming back up in the distance, and I have that video. I'm going to send that in after this live report, and we'll get that to our air on Fox Weather. But this is very active. As I reported last hour, Patrick and I, photographer behind the lens, he and I were trying to make our way to Camp Wood on Highway 55 and just got stuck. We could feel the vehicle beginning to get pushed away, slammed it into reverse. We couldn't see anything and got out, thank God. But for others that were clearly caught down in this area, whether or not they were in vehicles or in structures, I do not have that information. But again, multiple people are being rescued down here, and I'm assuming, based upon the flow of first responder traffic, this is where they will come out. When they get them out, you can see the ambulance here awaiting just in case. And we've got more vehicles coming in here, large trucks moving down the roadway here. A lull, thank God, in this rain. But again, yesterday, about a foot of rain. This morning, inches. I mean, we're talking about 2, 3, 4 inches of rate per hour. At least that is the forecast. What we experienced, have to tell you, we probably got 2, 3 inches in a matter of a half hour. Dangerous scenario. We're going to continue to stay here at this roadblock just to the north of Uvalde and monitor this and hopefully get people to talk to us, and I hope everybody's okay. Let's just pray for everybody down this roadway, and the first responders are going into action. Back to you.
Robert, I'm so glad to hear that that man's wife is okay, as well as you and Patrick are safe. But you bring up a point about all the people that are responding in this scenario, and you mentioned the Border Patrol, and I wouldn't normally think that Border Patrol would respond to issues of flooding. Have you seen that before?
No, and Patrick, who has spent so much time on the border with Fox News, covering that crisis in the years past, said he was shocked to see all the Border Patrol cars heading down there. So it's all hands on deck, on board, if you will, clearly, to try and get these people out of harm's way. So that was surprising. But when you're in a scenario like this, it's everybody jumps in and tries to help.
Certainly.
Melanie.
And that's what you want in a scenario like this. Well, thank you for your reporting, and certainly an active scene out there from Uvalde. That's Fox Weather senior correspondent Robert Ray.